Did you find one? Did you find one? Huh? What time do they close? You sure? Sure it's not 9? Hello to our single watcher. Hello to our no watchers. What's that, bud? Yeah. No Steeler game. What's up, Moose Thing? Got the old Mongo man out here. We've been busy today. Kenny and I have cleaned most all day. How come we didn't take that gantry crane out, KJ? We forgot. The gantry crane needs to go outside. Hope everybody had a great weekend. We have been busy. Can I show you around? I see some interesting stuff. I love that bumper. What's up, Sean? You're back soon. How did your second trip go at church? Oh, you're still managing. You are the man. Moose Thing. So, over there, KJ's lounging against who we call Pam. That is 1986 Super Cab Bullnose, 8-foot bed with a 351 Windsor in it. This closest to me here is BOV1, or Bug Out Vehicle 1. That is my Bronco that I've been trying to complete for 10 years. It was a frame-up restoration. We need to get Clifford in here so I can get his windows all done up. We have, I scavenged a set of window rubbers today. There's it right over there. There's one of them on top of that cart. Clifford doesn't have any window rubbers in him at all. This is my side. There's some garbage there that's got to go out. I moved the Milwaukee Charger over here. Brought my batteries over, my battery holders over. I am looking for a good, what's the word I'm looking for here? A solution for hanging, whatchamacallits on the wall. Yeah, well, we've had a bunch of other stuff go on in between those 10 years, of course. This is my Cornwell roll around. Just got done painting the bench red today. It was blue, like on KJ's side. Nice, that's good, man. This is my toolbox. This is my bench that I haven't cleaned off yet. It's just stuff that's been collected. I got to move this bench out tomorrow night. The wall control kits are coming in, so my wall control will be here tomorrow, and I'll be able to put that up. I'm going to try and get the finger in here. This wire is going to find a new home tomorrow. This one right here, because that wall control is going to go from here all the way down to there. It's 9 feet. You had. No offense, you can see slowly but sure the project is coming. Oh, no, absolutely. No offense taken, brother. It's just been a long time coming. And it's got all kinds of goofy things that I've had in my mind. I built that bumper, total scratch build. There is a 10,000 pound winch hiding behind it. It has a 306 in it, Dana 60 conversion, but stop me if you've heard this before. I built this as though Ford had built it. You can't tell it from a 1-ton pickup truck, other than there's extra brackets under there, what I'm going to eventually attach a snowplow to. 306 rebuilt, nothing special, HEI distributor, all new stainless steel brake lines. The frame was completely, it wasn't sandblasted, but it was done, everything else was done to it. KJ and I probably wire wheeled that frame 4 times, as well as the inside of this tub. This does have what I'm going to call a family style roll bar in it because it's not attached to the frame. 10 1/4 in the rear, sitting on leaf springs. It does have a 3-inch body lift on it so that I could clear the, whatchamacallit? For my European mind, it's special. Looks sick. Thanks, brother. I did custom overhead center console, and actually there'll be shelves that attach to it. That's what's sitting there, that rusty piece that needs sandblasted. There's a custom lamp underneath of it here. All this stuff is about to get blown apart. As soon as we get this move done, I'm going to get hot and heavy in this thing. That's a center console laying under there. It will have 4 bucket seats in it and all kinds of trick stuff that's you fixing to put lights in those holes? Yes, sir. Those have been made specifically for the Harbor Freight lights. They're all drilled, ready to go. I have recovery points that bolt onto here. The bolting is a great idea, but I have seen a lot of guys rip those bolts clear out whenever they start yanking on stuff. So I'm actually going to cut a hole dead center, and then I'm going to weld. I'll bolt the recovery point on, and then I'm going to weld everything to the bumper. Behind there, that you can't see, that this bolt and that bolt will be attached to, is a 1/2-inch plate that runs left to right that the winch is sitting on. Last time I replaced a rear muffler bearing on one of those, I had to use a 4-foot fallopian tube extension just to reach the bull nut. Well, I don't know if it's going to be the sickest Bronco on the road, but it will be mine. It will definitely be one of a kind. Again, like we were talking about there, I kind of ended it early on you because it was just time to go. We're up in arms over what color to paint it. What color did you suggest I paint it, Kenny? KJ's his normal chipper self tonight. He ran into some problems with Pam on the way home. Pulled out of his girlfriend's house going down the road and smelled something that smelled like rubber, or wasn't real sure what was going on. Looked over into the passenger side footwell, and it was all green. The heater core blue. Thank heavens that is a. You're gonna have. Thank heavens that's a AC truck. The AC trucks are way easier to change a heater core than a non-AC truck. It's a bug-out vehicle, goes forest green. Well, like I said, that was the initial intent for it, and it was going to be, like I said, I have paint for it. Yes, sir. Well, the Prius might go under that bumper. I don't know. It was supposed to end up that brown, rare earth brown, or rare earth, whatever they call it, tan, and it was going to be flat. But I have since learned from watching a lot of people on YouTube say that the flat paint, it does look good, but I vote O.J. Simpson white. I did think about white. It would blend in a little bit more, and it's way easier to paint than anything. I can hide all kinds of stuff underneath of it, but I don't need to hide stuff anymore. Maybe when I was younger, I would paint something white because I wanted to hide some body work, but I'm starting to prove to myself more and more every time I paint something that I don't need to worry about that kind of thing anymore. I can't wait till we paint Pam, because we're going to make that thing look number one once it's done. Garnett, what's happening, brother? How you been? I ain't seen you in a while. Yeah, so we've been busy today. Like I said, got this bay completely cleaned off. We brought, this isn't the forever home for these little drawers, but it's the now home. We're not real sure where they're gonna end up yet. Big old parts washer, we gotta get some diesel fuel put in that thing so it can pick up again and work. KJ got his stuff cleaned out. We leveled up the outside racking today, got it all leveled up. Or that was yesterday. We do that yesterday or today? Yesterday. He's not listening to me at all. Leveled up the outside racking, got it all going, and then took everything that was on his racks up there that could go outside and put it outside. Like I said, the wall control's coming in tomorrow. The original purpose for the Bronco was just, as I said, bug out vehicle. So it was supposed to be, I was writing a article for a survivalist magazine called Shooter Prepper. And we were, it was to divulge what's the best bug out vehicle. So, you know, the survivors, usually they pick bug out or bug in. Found, yeah, the scanner was pretty good. Nice, that's cool. So yeah, it was gonna be meant for that purpose, so I was making it as simple as possible. I was hopefully gonna make it survive an EMP. But I think I'm moving on from that idea. Not that I'm gonna stray very far away from it, obviously, because it's, you know, there's a lot of the things like in that overhead console is what we call President McKinley. President is the name of the company that made it, but McKinley is the model. And it's a CB radio with a shortwave, weather radio. It's got a bunch of other things in it too, PA, all that stuff. That switch panel above it is an aux beam controller for a relay box. I'm putting a there you go. Putting a Bluetooth radio in it, and that's all it is a Bluetooth. It doesn't have any other functions. It doesn't even have a radio in it. It will use everything right from the phone because I figured what the heck, why screw around with anything else? Other than that, it is an AC dash, but the AC will not work. 4-speed, 306. The problem with the 306 is I chose to use these 37s. Yeah, Onyx off-road build. Boy, I hope Robbie gets his done. That bread van is the shit, man. I really like what they're doing with it. And his, Sean, his fabricator is something else. That dude, he can make some stuff, man. There's no doubt about it. I put full quarters on this thing from Jeff's Bronco Graveyard. You can't buy them anymore, and I know why. They were so bad that I had to pie cut them to get the doors to close. Overhead LED, like I said, it will have bucket seats in it. But this is here real soon. Today we've been cleaning all day, like I said. Tomorrow I'm gonna hang up all that wall control and bring the rest of my stuff over from the shop, my shop, and then start turning, you need a ham radio, shortwave. Shortwave, brother, is another name for ham. That's what that President McKinley's got in it. Thanks, Moose Thing. Greatly appreciate that, brother. Let's go over here and check out Pam, now that Pam's in the shop. KJ's got a little fire burning tonight. Took the chill out of the garage, which is really nice. PAM is all original. It's been painted. Sitting up on a set of 35, 1250 15s. It's got a 4-inch rough country lift on it. Well, I didn't really say it had a shortwave. I did say it had a, shortwave. I'm sorry. I did say it had a shortwave. This is that 351 that we just put in this thing. Still running good. We did back the timing out just ever so slightly the other day. KJ reports that it is running really good now. No ping, doesn't rattle the valves anymore at 4,000 RPM. But like I said, he was headed home today and blew a heater core. The heater cores on these things are really, really, really easy to change. There's a little access panel behind the glove compartment. Take a couple screws out of it, take the hoses off of it, and pull it right out of there. It is definitely easier to do it on this than it is to do it on a truck without AC, that's for sure. Your glove compartment on these is about half as deep as it would be on a regular HVAC truck without AC. That AC box takes a lot of your glove compartment room up. But this truck has got the factory center console, so who needs a glove box? And one of the things that this truck has that the bullnoses and all the older trucks don't have are those two little cup holders right there. That's the one thing, whenever we've built all the other trucks, they do not have cup holders in them. Do I have any idea why the red interior used to be so popular? I think people thought it was cool. This is kind of a red-gray interior now. The seats have faded out to gray. Yeah, you see red in these things a lot. Inside of the Bronco. KJ wants me to switch over to this faux wood grain in here since we're going to step away from the BOV1 idea. He actually already has a really nice faux wood grain main main thing for me. Tan or gray looks so much better. I've always been a fan of the tan. For sure. Always been a fan of the tan. So hopefully this week, guys, with your help, the channel is going to get enough watch time to become monetized, which is one of the goals I've been trying to do now for 10 years, is to get this goofy, well, I can't say that because I've been here so long that the channel was monetized. Choo-choo. I've been in the business here so long with the YouTube channel that I actually was monetized before they had all of the monetization things put in. So I've been around for a long time. And at that point, obviously, I lost any monetization I ever got. But we are getting awful close. Go ahead and like the video here, guys. We got 5 likes, but I'm also after subscribers, even though they don't mean anything anymore. The subscribers, what that's going to do for you guys is let you know when we go live. And then you can follow along with us. For the last week, I would say we've been moving, so I've been doing a lot of tool cleaning and sorting and things like that, trying to get things where they need to be. I didn't fix it, Troy, but I did get it to go back in. I went Mongo on it and got it to go back in. But I will eventually. Right now is not the time to do that. I'm going to pull that drawer all apart. I still want to pull this toolbox completely apart and go through it and clean everything up. lube all the slides. I've done it to this box probably twice now, but it's definitely in need of it again. Like I was saying before, my shop, when I poured the concrete in my shop, we didn't put a vapor barrier down under the concrete. So in the summer, when it gets really wet out, and like right when the frost comes out and when it gets really wet out, my concrete will wick the moisture clear out of the ground. Love it when he showed the punches. I found one the other day you'll really like. I was wondering if Harbor Freight would warranty that. What's it take to do that to a punch? A big hammer, right? Everybody's got a punch drawer. There's my favorite one right there. Absolute favorite one of the whole drawer. All right, I got to get off of that, or Troy's gonna lose. Troy's gonna lose it. Yeah. So I've been through that box a couple times. Need to do it again. But like I was saying, my concrete in my shop wicks the moisture out of the ground, and it gets wet, and it gets really, really wet in the shop. KJ's shop doesn't do that nearly as bad because we did put the vapor barrier under his concrete, so it doesn't do that nearly as bad. What are you doing over there, bub? Huh? Calling about Henry? What do we have to do to Henry? Oh, I haven't told him about what we had to do to Henry. Depends on where it's from. Harbor Freight probably used, without a doubt. Yeah, I mean, that's why it bent. But KJ noticed that Henry was leaking oil pretty bad. So yesterday he took a little bit of time out and actually crawled up underneath of it and was messing around with it, trying to figure out where the oil leak was coming from. Wasn't long before he found oil actually squirting out of the area on the passenger side where the front cover and the oil pan all come together, right there where all three things, the front cover and the oil pan, it was squirting out oil right there. So, Loftus, welcome. So yeah, the plan is once BOV1 gets put over into my bay here, we're gonna have to pull Henry in and yank the cab off of him because the motor's gotta come out. You cannot do a oil pan. I shouldn't say that. If you have nerves of steel and you like beating your head against the wall, you can do a oil pan in chassis. But with a lift and a 3-bay garage, we're going to choose just to take the cab off, which it's been off. I mean, we did that truck, from the frame up. So we're going to pull the cab off of it and take care of it that way. KJ's also going to take care of a couple things while we're at it. I think on the list is a set of up pipes. What else are you planning on doing to it? Doing up pipes.
Up pipes.
Say what?
Velvet up pipes. Fuel bowl delete.
Fuel bowl delete. I think he wants to go with a fast fuel system or a beans fuel system.
Nothing.
Nothing, just a fuel bowl delete. Are you going to put some other filter on it?
Nope.
Well, you're going to have to. That's the only filter that's on it, bro.
Nope.
Yeah, you're going to need a fuel filter. I don't know how to tell you that. Hello from Brazil, David. Welcome from Brazil. Skyjacker lift for the win. Larry will be getting a 6-inch Skyjacker lift that we harvested off of one of the parts trucks. Oh, I'm sorry. No, it was Rough Country Skyjacker. What else are we doing? You want to do a clutch?
Yeah.
But they're expensive. Are you leaving?
Yeah.
Put the fork truck away and shut my garage up, please. If you would. Are you forgetting your phone? Huh? So that'll be an upcoming project as well, taking care of KJ's race clutch. If we had the money, yes, probably not a race clutch, but definitely a more substantial clutch than this.
475 horsepower, 1,200 pound-feet of torque.
1,200 foot-pounds of torque. Is that a?
That is the biggest single disc, most aggressive single disc you can buy.
The most aggressive single disc you can buy, but South Bend
Yeah.
is what he wants to put in it. Now, whether that's what happens or not, we'll see. But again, like I said, right now, money's a little tight because of all the projects that we've got going on. I don't know the language, Dave. Sorry. So yeah, lots of stuff happening here today. We spent. Well, we went into town. I was looking for another dolly, what they call the dollies for these pack outs. I described this earlier, but I'll go through it one more time for you guys. So this pack out here, of course, is going to be tools, which we have in it right now. Screwdrivers. This is a screwdriver kit. 1/4 inch. These are tiny little screwdrivers. Some bits, nothing in there. This is just a bunch of randomness. A couple knives. That's where we put all our goofy keys, and just a bunch of stuff there. A bunch of batteries. This is the Tecton, Torx bit set that I have. My power steering puller tool, the gear wrench open center. What y'all doing today? Just clean it up, man. KJ's trying to scare me. Quinn 1/4 inch set. Another screwdriver set. What did you forget? So this stack is going to be all supplies. So as you can read from the top there, body bolts and clip nuts, body screws and clip nuts. There are also the plastic Christmas trees are in one of those. 1/4 and 3/8 socket set. That is the, well, matter of fact, I believe I have a socket, one of my pockets for that. That's that. I'll show it to you here in a second. We'll keep going. Fuses, relays, miscellaneous. That's all that stuff that we pulled out of the Dodge Dakota. And what else ever I had laying here, of course. Past that is the DC electrical connectors. That's all of our butt connectors. And a couple of screwdrivers, or not screwdrivers, but pliers to put them in. After that is miscellaneous screws. And then AC electrical, so that's all the electrical stuff. The stuff that I had over there on that bench for the longest time, but we've put it back together. And then in the very bottom, it says Dad's tools, but it's not my tools anymore. It is a bullnose, miscellaneous bullnose bolt bin. And I have one more bolt bin, which it looks like I'll have just enough. I want to do one more big toolbox like that and put Super Duty bolts in it. So we'll have the bullnose and OBS and then a Super Duty bin as well. I really like this setup because you can do what I'm about to do here. You don't have to unclip everything to get down into where you want to go. And KJ found my 10 millimeter earlier today, and that goes there. So out of this set, the only thing we're currently missing is the 11 millimeter 1/4 inch deep well and the 4 inch or 6 inch, the 6 inch 1/4 inch extension. Then we have everything back where it belongs, which is a miracle because this thing, at one point, there was a bunch of stuff missing out of here. And we've found it all again. Yeah, I am definitely a tool. I'm a tool snob for sure. I have got more tools than 3 men should have. Wait until I get the wall control up here on the wall. I am a firm believer, kind of like, I'm trying to remember his name right now. Adam Savage. If you guys remember who Adam Savage is. How many Milwaukee cases do I have? Loftus, I don't really know. Definitely a tool snob. I wouldn't say I'm necessarily a snob. I'm just I'm addicted to tools. as far as how many Milwaukee cases I have, this isn't even half of them. These are just the ones that we use, pretty much on a daily basis. That one over there is my electrical testing kit. That was the old Super Duty bolt box, but that's going to get replaced by a big one because that one's clear full. Are you the only ones in the shop? We are the only ones in this shop. Yes, this is my son's shop. My shop, I'm going to let the girls park in it for the winter. So we're moving all of my stuff over here so that we can work in tandem in this shop. I'm going to get one more of these dollies. You see I have 2 of these dollies. Right now it's just me. KJ went into the house. My son. I'm going to get another dolly so that I can put these toolkits on. Like I said, that's actually my AC toolkit. After I invest in good tools, you go through an exorbitant amount. Oh no, absolutely. So yeah, I'm gonna get another dolly, and then I'm gonna build it up with the kits that I actually have. Get a better vise. Yeah, right now I don't have a vise, and it's funny you should say that. I sent my wife, daughter, and son my request for Christmas this year, which I was actually surprised because I didn't know that he had it. I knew he had a 6-inch. I was surprised that he had a 5-inch, but the Fireball vise. I definitely want the 5-inch hardtail Fireball vise, but even $1,400 for the Taiwanese one, which is, it's still a great vise, even though it's made in Taiwan. I'm not going to disparage what they've done over there, the work that he's put into it. But that 5-inch Fireball hardtail vise there's none better, as far as I can see. He's done the homework. He went through all of the testing. He actually destroyed I don't know how many vices in the process to figure out what was the best design, and then took it to the nth degree. I think the thing's getting something like 12,000 pounds of clamp force by hand. Am I an alcoholic? I am not an alcoholic, sir. I do have a occasional drink, but I'm definitely not an alcoholic. If anything, I'm a toolaholic or a workaholic. There's lots of aholics. I do not identify as an alcoholic. Yeah, so once I get the wall control up, like I was saying before, I've got a vise that's insanely old and still works. Oh, there is no doubt. The old ones are where it's at for sure. Do you like Chevy junk? No, I'm not a Chevy guy. I'm a Ford guy for sure. This is my Bronco. My son's, one of my son's trucks is over there. That's his 86 Super Cab that we call Pam. My brothers are all Chevy guys along with my father. I am the only Ford guy of the family. Which is not a terrible thing as far as I'm concerned. But Adam Savage from Mythbusters has a saying that I will tell him, Troy, but he's not with me right now. A tool dies in a toolbox. Once you put it into a toolbox, it disappears and you forget it's there. Me too, I'm a Ford guy, brother. Absolutely. So what I started to do in my shop was utilize pegboards, and it really does make a giant difference. I got KJ into it as well. You can see his pegboard over there. He's got a set of standard wrenches on the left, metrics on the right. Across the top are usually all of his Milwaukee tools, and then various other things on the pegboard. I have ordered a reg pegboard for my side, or what they call wall control. And actually, wall control, I will be once I get that video up and running, I am an affiliate with Wall Control, so you'll be able to go over there and buy some wall control, which will feed my account. It's not cheap stuff, but I never like 3-wheel drive Chevy Silverado first in the ditch when it snows. Yeah. Those ratcheting wrenches. I don't follow, Sean. No, no, on KJ's board, no. Those are actually right wrenches. I do want to get a nice set of ratcheting wrenches because the ratcheting wrenches have a place in today's automotive world for sure. Whenever you can't get into places, all of my ratcheting wrenches are. I think I had two sets. One was an original gear set, limited slip front and rear axle Chevy junk. I mean, I've not owned a Chevy in a very long time. Only, again, we're going to talk about, I don't know how to fix, well, it's not that I don't know how to fix Chevys. It's just that I don't know how I don't know how they're built. I don't know them inside and out like I do the Fords. That's why I'm a Ford guy. What the heck? Yeah, my ratcheting wrench is currently gear wrench. This is a snap-on here, double open end. I won these wrenches at a Vica competition that I did. Yeah, gear wrench, and these are the 90s, or not 90s, but the angled. I really like these wrenches. I don't think I've ever broke one, but I also have them in straight, which is obviously the straights don't have the switch over. All you have to do to switch this wrench is flip it. They will bust your knuckles though. And then I had a full set of Blackhawks, which Blackhawk was Max off-brand, of course. And as you can see, yeah, that's a Blackhawk there, that 3/4. I am a Cornwell guy. I like my Cornwells, but I don't have all Cornwell. I do have a lot of it. My stubbies were all Cornwells. And it's amazing that these wrenches are still with me because this stuff is from when I was turning wrenches 20 years ago. There's your Mac. Any advice on issues to look for on a 0273 pickup on the Morrow? 130,000 miles on a 7.3 is just breaking in. Issues would be rust. Cool, do I have any Pittsburgh tools? Yes, I have lots of Pittsburgh tools. Anything that, let's see, Pittsburgh tools. Should be some in here, Pittsburgh, lots of old tools, Snap-on. This is just a smattering of stuff that I had loose laying around. Back to that 7.3, make sure it idles right, make sure it starts right up. You don't want extended crank time. It should crank for about 3 seconds, and that's how it should start. If it does anything other than that, something's the matter with it. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that, Loftus. Oh, my favorite truck by Ford. Actually, Troy, thank you. I appreciate that, sir. Did KJ go to bed? I believe he has. Yes, sir. He was bushed. Go in and get a shower. And I'm going to be going in shortly, too. One of my things that I'm trying to do is definitely, now that we've moved the clock, I want to get to bed at 10 o'clock so that I can get up a little earlier and get my day started and hopefully start feeling a lot better. My knees have been absolute killing me. But we've been out here, messing around in the garage a lot. So, but the doctor just changed my gout medicine, which I need to figure out what the heck's going on there. I've been doing a lot of research. You too, brother. Thanks so much, Troy, for hanging out with us tonight. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Good night, sir. And we'll see you soon. You can hit that like button before you leave, Troy, if you haven't already. Or hit it again. I don't know. I really can't see what goes on here other than I can see how many people are watching and how many likes we have. We have 16 watchers right now and 10 likes. We haven't been doing the greatest on watchers here recently. I don't know if YouTube's on to me and they know what I'm doing. Hunter Humphrey, how often do I use crow's head? Very, 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 very rarely do I use a crow's head. Those crow's head, gout, eat those cherries and the can will fix your gout. Okay, I was watching today that cherries were good for gout, but I also read that sugar, which is my downfall, I wouldn't be as big as I was if it wasn't for that little can right there. My downfall is soda pop. Yeah, back to the crow's head. No, I don't use them very often at all. Those ones were for specialty hydraulic lines, hydraulic hoses that you couldn't get to, like on manifolds and stuff on the equipment that I used to work on. That's what those were, because they're all big ones. I don't believe I have anything smaller than those, I think those only go down to 7/8. I think there was 1.5 to 7/8 in there. 7.3. Someone had asked earlier about a 7.3. Like I said, there's a lot of good things. You want to turn the key on, make sure that all the lights come on. Of course, if the lights aren't coming on, it probably wouldn't start, but you definitely want to make sure the check engine light comes on. As soon as you turn the key on, high potassium and soda will put holes in your heart. Please stop drinking pop. Amen, brother. I need to stop drinking pop. 100%. That 7.3 is, like I said, if it doesn't start right up, is how it should start. There is something the matter with it if it's not doing that. You don't want it to smoke. Love you too, brother. Good night, man. Thanks for joining us tonight. So yeah, look for rust. The oil pans were known to rust out on those things from the outside in. Neat sound effects. Got the point across, though. That's what I'm after, right? What am I looking for here? Yeah, just no oil leaks. Of course, you don't want oil leaks. That the oil's, well, I mean, it's going to be dirty because it's a diesel, right? But you want to make sure that it's got the right viscosity, that it's not so thick that it just, it doesn't look like it's ever been changed. Brun, 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 boom, boom. Brun, brum, boom, boom. I don't know. What is that? Do, 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 do. It went, that's how it goes. It's the engine turning over fast with no gallop. Of course, a gallop in an engine that you're starting means that you're low compression on one or more holes, and you want it to fire right up. That if it fires right up like that, nice and crisp, you know that your glow plugs are working. All that stuff is working the way that it should be. Your valve cover harnesses are probably all in good shape. Your injectors are in good condition. And also, right when you first start it, see if you got any fuel smoke. With 130 some thousand miles on it, that thing should be like brand new. But what I have seen a lot of, especially with the 7.3s, is whenever a kid gets a hold of them. Yes, it's diesel. I'm selling a 7.3 350 with 380 due to a cold start issue. Replacing glow plugs and injectors, but it still has an issue. So the glow plugs and injectors, have you changed? Are you sure that your glow plugs are getting power? As long as you've got good power to the glow plugs, the injectors. The other thing is, the only thing that you're not catching there, Hunter, is going to be your IPR and your injector pressure regulator, which is a little control valve that controls the HPOP pump. New harnesses as well. I bet your grandfather is from Belgium. No, sir. My grandfather was an Irishman. Actually, no. My grandfather was an American through and through. His grandfather's 3 or 4 times removed. Icon and IPR. Icon. IPS, injector pressure sensor in the IPR. ICP, yep, injector control pressure sensor. So what you're looking for there at startup, that thing's going to run somewhere around 700. My stepdad's brother advised me to keep baby wipes in a diesel back when I was 13 or 15. Definitely vouch for it being solid advice. All right, I got a bite. Why baby wipes? So you can clean your hands off after you're done working on it? I'm not following, Sean. Let me in on the trick. Yeah, so if you're still having problems on a start issue, it likely, I mean, you got to have a lot of things together for the 7.3s to run right. Like I said the other night when we were looking at the injector. Yeah, clean your hands. Amen. So I don't know how many other YouTube channels are going to be able to just yank a 7.3 injector out and start talking about it with you guys. But the boys, Seth, KJ, George, they keep me versed in all this stuff. Let's put it that way, and keep me on my toes with these trucks. So back to the problems that you were having, Hunter. Of course, these are Huey injectors, right? High energy unit injectors. They utilize. He was running a 7.3, but works for all. All of the Huey injectors, Sean, I'll tell you that, right? Because on the Cummins, they're running an actual injection pump, right? Like a Bosch style injection pump that has the poppets in the pump, and then high pressure fuel makes its way into the injectors from there. But these injectors are fed with about 40 to 60 psi fuel pressure. And that fuel pressure, if I am not mistaken, is going to be fed into these holes. And then I think oil pressure is fed into here. And the reason I think this is oil pressure is because of the backup ring and the O-ring here. I think this is your oil pressure. I think this is going to be a higher pressure port. So your fuel is going to end up going in here. And what this thing does is it utilizes hydraulic oil pressure from the H-pop. There's an H-pop down there, guys. So that H-pop, that hydraulic oil pump, is going to make high pressure oil, and it puts it into here. So it needs that high pressure oil to stroke this injector to create the atomized fuel out of the tip, right? If this pressure runs low, you're not going to get a nice out of that injector. And if you don't get that nice out of that injector, what you're going to end up with is fuel dribble, and it's just not going to start right, and it's not going to run right either. Is it possible that the injectors are clogged from bad fuel? It is, but I mean, the amount of filters that it has to go through, I mean, there should be, of course, the fuel bowl filter up on top of the engine. It could be. I'm not going to say that it isn't. Water will get through the injectors and stuff, and these injectors hate water. You should see how many pieces are inside of these goofy things. I've said this before last week that these injectors, it's a miracle that those trucks run as reliably as they do because of all the parts that are inside of that injector. So we're utilizing electronics. This is a coil down here on the bottom, right? That's receiving a signal from the IDM, or the injector driver module, to control the hydraulic pressure to squirt fuel out of the tip. That's exactly what's happening there, guys. The early 7.3s were a single shot injector, so they just one every combustion. Later in life, like on that truck that you're going to look at, or whoever's going to look at, 02, 03, they became multi-shot injectors. So they're actually cycling the injector 2, 3, 4, 6 times per combustion event. So every combustion event, that injector is firing 2, 3, 4, 5 times. I'm not real sure how many times it is, but it fires it a bunch. And that's really how they've been able to control the noise out of these newer diesels. Yes, definitely very complicated. So the newer ones on the high pressure fuel rails, they're running fuel pressure up to, 20, 30,000 PSI. And they just have a PGO injector, much like a gasoline engine. They utilize the high fuel pressure from that CP3 or CP4 pump, depending on what year it may be, to atomize the fuel out of the tip of the injector. And what they're doing on those, they split shot them even more, to where, you know, there could be 10 or 15 injection pulses per combustion event. So what they're physically doing in those to quiet them things down at idle, they literally light the fire, and then they give you, you know, through the center of or through the middle of the combustion event, they give you the fuel required, you know, to push the piston back down, and then they put the fire out. They don't just let it, you know, go out. They actually will put it out. So yeah, and they're also now trying to control combustion temperature ever so more, because the high combustion temperatures that we get out of the diesel engines is where the NOx, or the nitrous oxides, comes from. And that's what they're saying is so bad. That's what your urea systems are doing. All of these after treatment systems, they're trying to control NOx, NOx, nitrous oxides, much like you know, we're trying to control the carbon oxides out of the gasolines. The diesels, it's the NOx, NOx. I got new remanufactured set for injectors direct. Came with aftermarket glow plugs. Had to replace them with Motorcraft ZF6 ones. Yeah, we put a set of aftermarket glow plugs into KJ's Henry, and that's the one that we're going to have to be pulling the motor out of soon. We're actually going to lift the cab off because it's leaking at the between the front cover and the oil pan. But yeah, we had put a set of aftermarkets in it, and it seems to, I mean, it fires right up. He just ended up having to replace the ICP. He was having a real goofy idle. And then we just had another truck in here, George's Laney, which is an 96 F-250 that it had a really goofy idle and couldn't figure it out. Well, the one thing that's very important on the 7.3 is that you have quality oil, and that you have oil in the block, or in the crankcase. In that truck, he only had about a gallon of oil, which is not enough to maintain a good amount of oil in that thing. And we think he was running the H-pop low, probably aerating the oil to it, which was creating a really goofy idle on that thing. And it was just right there. Like, I had one that the injector cups went bad on, and it used oil, I don't know, it was using about a gallon of oil every 2 days. So, you know, about a week goes by and it's going to shut off. That's how I actually knew that I had a problem, because it shut off, wouldn't restart, and I went out and checked the oil, and sure enough, it didn't have any oil on the dipstick. I dumped 3 gallons of oil on it, it fired right up. That's one of the things about these, is you can still have lube oil pressure, but you will lose control oil pressure on them. So it's something that you got to be wary of. Any other questions, guys? I hope all of that wasn't too complicated. It is one of the things that I know a little bit about, and I'd like to talk about it, obviously. Give you guys a little heads up. So tomorrow night, I probably won't do a live, because I'm actually going to do a video for wall control. Like I said, we're going to be putting that wall control on this wall behind me, and I'm going to do a video for that. Also, we'll be having a Costco has some cheap 50. Hey, any oil is better than no oil, my friend, depending on what it is. I prefer, Rotella, but at work we use the cheapest oil that you can possibly buy, and you know, it is what it is. Any oil is better than no oil. Just remember that. So yeah, tomorrow night, like I said, if I do a live, it won't be till late, till the wall control is all up. But I am definitely going to be doing a video for that wall control, and because it's not so much, I'm not sponsored, I am buying it all. They did give me a heck of a deal for it, or with it, but I want to do a video and see if I can get on their affiliate side and start making some money with them. But this is the second live we had today. We're down to 8 viewers, and I don't know exactly what's happening here. We were doing so well 2 weeks ago, and now it seems like the lives are just dying off. Maybe YouTube's done pushing them. Maybe they're going to start pushing other stuff. But I know the vertical live platform was doing really well there for a long time. Thanks for all the answers on the 7.3. My pleasure, Hunter. Hopefully you subscribe to the channel and you come back for future lives, or check out other stuff that we have out there too. We've got a ton of content on the actual channel itself, specifically where it comes to the 7.3. I don't do a lot of, hey, Loftus is still here. Absolutely. There's 8 watchers right now. I don't really do a whole lot of tutorials or how-to videos. I do videos that I try to entertain and maybe teach a little at the same time. So check those videos out on the channel. And like I said, I am going to go in the house and get cleaned up, get ready for bed, because I want to get to bed about 10 o'clock there. I'm going to try and start doing that here so that we can get things turned around. But greatly appreciate everybody being with us. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure, let us know what you're thinking. Tomorrow, once again, I'm going to be doing a wall control video. I'm putting my wall control up on the wall here. Going to get that all sorted out and get a whole bunch more tools over here. Wait till you guys see what we do with that. I think you'll like it. We did get the bench painted red today, which I think looks really good. And I'm hopefully going to get that other dolly, like I was saying, these dollies here. I'm going to get another one for over here. And I have a bunch more of those pack outs like that we'll put a stack right there as well. The garbage can is going to live over there, kind of where the garbage is at right now. That garbage has got to go out in the garbage can. And then, well, actually, yeah, I probably won't do a live tomorrow night at all. Simply because I have to get out of here. I've got an appointment tomorrow night that I have to get to, so just letting you guys know what's going on. I do like the red bench. Wasn't sure what it was going to look like, but I was kind of digging it. All right, once again, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button. Let us know what's going on, and thanks for everybody hanging out with us. Pretty soon, we'll be back on that bad boy. Good night, brother. Have a good night and stay safe. I absolutely will. You as well, sir. You guys take care, and see y'all later. The old Mongo man is out. Thank you so much. Love y'all. Be good.